Hey everybody, it's Jason Cruz here once again with another episode of The Interview. And today we have a special guest here, Aspen Ladd. She is fighting April 7th. PFL's new season begins. Aspen Ladd has Olena Kolesnyk. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. First and foremost, Aspen, how you feeling?
Fantastic. Couldn't be better and just excited.
Awesome. Now we talked about this off the air, but you have some dogs that are really excited about being on this interview. Can you introduce the little boy, the boys, right, the boys and girls back there?
Sure. If you can kind of see him, you got Kylo, Kaya, and in the very back there, you have Freya.
Oh my goodness! Now, how do you deal with all these dogs and training at the same time?
So if I was, because I'm gone all day, every day, if I was to leave them home, they wouldn't have a very good life. So they go with me pretty much year round. So between training sessions, I'll go out, we'll go run, go hike, that kind of thing. And then I'm right back to training. So
Awesome.
it works out well for us, but it's a busy life.
That's awesome. So now, how are you feeling right now as far as training camp? Where are you in at this point in training? Are you winding things down? Are you still ramped up? Where are you at right now?
Definitely haven't wound down yet. We got one more like hard week of training, and then things will wind down a little bit. Not so much in the effort, but more in like the being careful not to get cut, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So we got another hard week, and then get a little bit more careful, but still high intensity.
Now you debuted with the PFL successfully this past November in New York with a win, I believe, over Julia Budd. And so, how do you like the new organization now, and how do you like the makeup of the season that you'll actually be doing?
So obviously, this is my first time doing the seasonal format, but that was one of the most exciting things to me when I was like coming into the organization, because for most fighters, we're PFL, you're almost guaranteed to fight within a certain window and a certain number of times within a window, assuming you do well. So that was really one of the most enticing things about joining this new organization. Besides, and now that I am with them and the way that they treat their fighters, just incredible. But yeah, then the seasonal format, I'm my first time doing it, but I'm very excited for the opportunity to do it and compete in that way.
Is there anything different than that the PFL is doing to like make you feel a little more welcome here than in your previous places that you've been?
I think every organization is different, and I have quite a bit of experience. I'm not the oldest yet, but I've been competing for 10 years. I've been competing with some of the best organizations around, and everybody has their highs and their lows. I think with the PFL, the thing that I've experienced so far is just the human element of it. It doesn't matter if it's somebody coming in off the street, like their lowest level fighter or the highest level fighters. From what I've seen and what I've experienced, they treat everybody very, very well, regardless of where they are. With other organizations, not necessarily that way.
I see. Now, tell me where are you still training at MMA Gold Fight Team, or have you switched it up? Where are you at?
Yes, I'm still training with MMA Gold. That is my home team.
Yeah, and then and is that out of where is that out of Folsom or is that out of El Dorado or where are we talk? Where in
I,
California are you?
I was about to ask, are you in California? Like, where are you?
I'm in Seattle, so I used to be in Southern
Okay.
California, but I don't know where we would be.
All right. So you have a better understanding than most. But yeah, it's El Dorado Hills, but Folsom is like its neighbor. Like they're within 10 minutes of each other. But El Dorado Hills technically.
Okay, so I only know Folsom from you, of course, and also
Yeah.
Johnny Cash, the Johnny Cash Folsom County,
Yep.
Folsom County.
Folsom Prison Blues.
Yes, yes. Anyway, so tell us about the fighters that you will be facing here. The featherweight division looks stacked. You got yourself Amanda Levy. Of course, it's headlined by Julia Budd and Larissa Pacheco, but of course you did beat Julia Budd. So what are your projections for this season? How you feeling?
I'm excited. Obviously, I'm not, I know everybody else in the tournament and I've looked into it a tiny bit, but they aren't my focus yet. Right now, the opponent on the horizon is the only focus at the moment. So it's the only one that matters. But from the glimpses that I've taken, obviously I know Julia Budd very well. And I'm very familiar with Larissa Pacheco, but the rest of them, we'll look more into that as it goes. But yeah, there's some talented girls in this season from what I've seen, and some really high level specialists is what I'll call them.
Now, this is the featherweight division, and I know you, I believe you were at bantamweight and other places, but how do you feel about this, your weight and this division as far as just competing in it? How do you feel? Things like that.
Healthy. If I was trying to do this at 135, which I never plan on doing again, I would not be able to do a seasonal format. It's just too much and way too much strain. At 45, I'm healthy, happy, and I can fight back to back. So there's nothing I couldn't ask for more.
Excellent. And then, as far as fight weeks go for you, obviously making weight is something that you need to do. It's every fighter's things to do. But what do you like to do for fight week? Do you like hanging out with your friends and coaches? Do you like just being that solitude? I get the wide array when talking to fighters. What does Aspen Ladd like to do during fight week?
I'm pretty like in the zone. I fight weeks, you always have obligations, right? You have the media, you got the weight cut. Um, Honestly, I'm very like some fighters that like to go. I want to see everything. I want to have so much fun, that kind of thing. I'm too tunnel vision to really do that. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna train, and then basically I'm just gonna chill between. Like if I can sleep, I'll sleep. If I'm too amped to sleep, maybe I'll read or something. But it's more or less there's only one thing in the world that matters at that point, and that's the end of the week. That's the fight. So I can't really separate enough to go enjoy something before that.
I see. Now, do your dogs come to the fight with you, or is that do they have to stay at home?
No, they stay at home. My boy here would end up trying to eat somebody. The other two would be great, but yeah, no, they're tunnel vision. They stay with their grandma, and yeah.
I gotcha. What is your expectations for 2023? Obviously, the goal is to be in New York once again for the $1 million prize. But how do you feel this would be a successful year for you career wise?
Ending up back in New York. Even though I wasn't in the tournament last year, that was a magical experience. That's like every fighter's mecca. Everybody wants to fight there. And to do that, to do it that week and my debut for a new organization, that was amazing. But yeah, for this to be an exceptional year, you'll see me back in New York.
Now, assuming that you all goes well as planned on April 7th, how soon thereafter does PFL let you know you will be up again?
I already have a general idea of when it's
Oh,
going to be, and it'll be pretty quick.
oh wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So no rest for the wicked, but that's all good for Aspen Ladd. You fight April 7th, Olena Kolesnyk. PFL number 2 happens. Aspen, thank you so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it. We'll all be watching on ESPN Plus.
Cool. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, no problem. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.